evening, Bhante.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening, Bhante.
Monday.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Bhante and everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, Bhante and everyone. Hello, Sister Kim.
Yes.
Hello, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and everyone.
Coming to an end already. Bhante, how's Japan? Good.
Good. So far, so good. Yes.
Is it cold?
Little chilly.
No,
Little chilly,
chilly.
Yeah, chilly, yeah. Right. So let's get started. But before we get started, we are going to pay respect to the 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Right, so welcome back to another episode of the online Pali reading class. We have been discussing about Metta Sutta last couple of weeks, and today we will be looking at another very popular stanza. Metta Sutta is not new to all of you. It's very familiar with all of you, but probably you might not have looked at the context of the Metta Sutta, particularly on different aspects of metta. Right, so let's take a look at the text. Verse number 6. Na paro parang nikupeta nati manyeta atta chinang kanchi vyarusana patigha sanya nanya manyasa dukkha micchay. Na paro parang nikupeta nati manyeta atta chinang kanchi vyarusana patigha sanya nanya manyasa dukkha micchay. If I introduce this stanza out of the Metta Sutta, I could say that this is, I would say, the highest wish someone can have for any being. We will be discussing that by the end. A lot of people who practice Metta may not have looked at this aspect, especially the context of this stanza. Okay, so let's save that exciting information. And now we'll ask groups to recite the stanza. Okay, so group 1. Anybody from group 1? Yes, and Sue?
Thank you, Bhante. I'm from
Yes.
Group 1.
Yes, please.
Naparo parang likup beta nati manyeta kata cinang kanci biaro sana patikasannya nanya manyasa dukkha miccaya.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah, and then group 2. Yes, group 2. Yes, Kim.
Na paro param niko beta nyati maneta katachi nam kanchi bia rosana patiga sana nyanam manyasa dukami cheya.
There are a couple things to be considered. Can you go one by one again, like slowly? The first one?
Na paro
Not na,
param
na.
na paro param niko beta
Okay, great. Second line.
nati maneta katachi nam kanchi
Okay.
bia rosana patiga sana
Sanya.
nya
Sanya.
sanya nya na ma nya sa duka mi cheya.
That part has to be clear a little bit. Nanya manyas.
Nya
Na. And it is not jnana. It's not jnana. It's nanya. Nanya manyas.
nya nya na ma nya sa.
You will learn it slowly. Don't worry, I mean, because there are certain nasal sounds. I would say, let's make this way. Nanya, let's pronounce it as one word. Manyasa is another word. How about now?
Nya na ma
No, not nya. There's no nya. Nya is something different. Here, na. You can see here, this. The same, but it's long. See? Nanya.
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 Great. Nanya.
Manyasa.
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 Manyasa. Dukkamichaya. Actually, this last line is the greatest wish in Buddhism. So we should be able to pronounce it properly. Otherwise, we don't know how to make the wish. Nanya manyasa dukkamichaya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nanya. Na. Here you can say na
Nanya.
paro. Then here nanya in the same way. It's just the lengthening of a long a. Yeah, I think you will get used to it while others also.
Okay.
Yeah. Kim has been busy last couple of weeks, huh?
Yeah.
Happy mother. The son was married. Okay, good.
Before, during, and after.
Yes. For Dhamma folks, I went to her house and officiated, kind of bless the couple. So in Klang, when I was in Malaysia. All right, somebody from group 3. Oh, yes. Wheeling, yes.
Sorry, Bhante, I was late. Okay. Na or na?
No, not na. Huh? There are no na. There is a na here, but not.
No line
Yeah,
there.
this is na.
I heard na because I came late. Na
Na is at the bottom.
Yeah.
Last line. Na. But
Yes,
here
that's
na.
right. Na paro parang niku beta. Nati maneta katachi nang kanchi. Biaro sana patiga sanya. Nanya manyasa duki. Sorry, where is it?
Here. It's here.
Sorry. Nanya
Nanya.
Jnana manyasa dukkha micheya.
Not jnana, na. Nanya manyasa. You can break it to 2
Nanya
words actually.
manyasa.
Ah.
Nanya
Dukkha.
dukkha micheya. Dukkha
Dukkha
micheya.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. And group 4, I think we have KB on.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na paro parang niko beta. Nati maneta katachinam kanchi. Vyarosana patigasanya. Nanya manasa dukkha vicheya.
Nanya manyasa dukkha micchai. Yeah,
Yes.
great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Actually, this should be Vyarosana Patika Sanya. We have to get this long A actually. It's a small typo here. Vyarosana Patika Sanya. Sanya. Right. Now you see. Yes. Yeah. So somebody from group 5. Yeah. Yes, Melinda.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na paro param nikubeta nati maneta katachi nam kanchi. Biaro sana patiga sanya nanya manasa dukkha
Manyasa.
miche. Nanya manasa
Manyasa.
manyasa dukkha micheya.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Group 6. Yeah, Tisitran.
Thank you. Na paro param nikubeta. Nati maneta katachi nam kanchi. Biaro sana patiga sanya. Nanya manyasa dukkha micheya.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And group 7. Group 7. Yes, Lim. Shirley, yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na paro parang nikuk beta nati manyeta katachi nam kanchi bayaro sana patigasanya nanya manyasa dukkha micheya.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And group 8. Yes, Christine.
Na paro param nikubeta nati maneta katachi nam kanchi. Viorosana patigasanya nanya manyasa dukkha micheya.
Did you say na? How did you recite the first line actually? The first one.
First line, na paro parang.
It's not na. Second one is na. Fourth also na. Na paro.
Oh, na paro parang nikubeta. Nasi manyata katachi ng kanchi. Biorosana patigasanya.
Bya.
Bya.
Byarosana.
Biarosana. Patigasanya. Nanya manyasa dukkha micheya.
Okay, great. Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Then we will be giving opportunities to others. So first we have Chong Pakla. Yes. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na peru param nipu beta. Nati manita kantachi nam
Katta.
kanchi.
Katta. There's no nasal. Katta.
Say again, please.
There is no nasal. Nati manyeta. Now with katta china.
Nati manita. Okay. Nati manita katachi nam kanchi. Biaro sana patiga sanya. Na nyasa dukkha micheya.
Nanya manyas. There's no Y here.
Okay.
There's no why. Nanya manyas.
Nanya manyasa.
Manyas.
Dukkha micheya.
Because
Nanya.
if there is why, it is mostly Sanskrit, but this is Pali. Nanya manyas dukkha miche.
Nanya manyasa dukkha micheya.
Miche. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Then Oi.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na paro param niku beta. Nati manyeta kata chi nan kinchi. Bayaro san kanchi. By biaro sana patigasanya. Naknya manyasa dukkha micheya.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, we have 9 changes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na paro parang niku beta. Nati maneta katachi nam kanchi. Biaro sana patiga sanya. Nanya manyasa dukkha micheya.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And we have Doris.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ne paro param niku beta na timanyete katachi nang kanchi. Biaro sana patigasanya nanya manya se dukkha micheya.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And we have Annie.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na paro param niku beta, nati manita katachinam kanchi, biaro sana patigasanya, nanya manyasa dukkha micheya.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And have Rashmi.
Yes, Bhante. Na
Yes.
paro parang niku betha, nati manyatha kathachi na kanchi,
Katta.
byaro kathachi na kanchi. Right, Bhante?
Yeah, it's good. Good. Please go ahead.
Byaro sana patika sanya, nanya manyasa dukkha micheya.
Yeah, great. And we have Chupin.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na paro parang niku beta. Nati maneta katachinam kanchi. Biaro sana patika sanya. Nyana manyasa dukkha micheya.
What was the first word of the last line?
Nana manasa dukkha micheya.
Nanya.
Nanya manasa dukkha micheya.
Dukkha micheya. Okay, good.
Thank you, Bhante.
All right. Anybody else? Yes, Sam. Yes.
Thank you. Na parong param nikubeta. Nati manyeta. Katachi nam kanchi. Biyarusana patiga sanya. Nanya manasa dukkha micheya.
Great. Yes. All right. Anyone else? Okay, looks like no other person is going to recite. Okay. So, yes, and I think you already recited, right? And
Yes, Bhante, but I'd like to ask
yes.
in line number 2,
Uh-huh.
do we pronounce it N-A-M or N-A-M with the dot?
Both is okay. Yeah.
Both is okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
because in
yeah.
some books, they have a dot there.
Yeah, both is okay. It's like Sikkapadan, right? Same. Nati manyeta kattachinam kanchi.
Okay, thank
Even
you.
you have a dot, even you have a dot over M without a dot, what you say is nang. Right? You only recite nang, even there's a dot or not. But yes, we put a dot in scholarly work. If you are a scholar, write some articles, maybe academic things. Yes, we need that dot, but here it's okay just to understand. All right. So, according to my understanding, this not even my understanding, my reading and my investigation, I have understood that this verse gives the higher level of the what you call the highest level of our metta. Let's take a look at how the Buddha actually gives that. Na paro parang. Actually, you can see paro parang, and then how do we separate out this word? A lot of people, they have hard time, trouble reciting this part. Anyang, 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 anyas. Paro parang, anyang, anyas. That means one another, each other, about another person, right? Now, paro parang nikubeta. Now, here you are someone, you are an individual here now, but you are wishing about something about two people. Your wish goes to two people, another two people. You're thinking there are two people. Let this man, this lady, not cheat on the other person. Oh, like that. Let here paro para nikubeta. Nikubeta means deceive, cheat, or maybe bring destruction to the other person's life, bring destruction, bring ruin to the other person. Now, paro parang nikubeta. Do we make this kind of a wish in our metta? Or we just do, may I be well, happy, may no harm come to me, may no difficulties come to me, may no problems come to me, may I always meet his success. May the same thing go to my mother, father, siblings, family members, and may all attain Nibbana. Now, do we have this kind of idea in our metta? Do we think that I'm here, but I'm looking at two people over there? I choose two people. Maybe I can choose many other two pairs, or maybe one pair, by pairs. May this person not cheat on the other person. You can think about one couple, thinking there's a couple, married couple, maybe unmarried couple. May you not deceive your other half, maybe your better half. May you not deceive the other person. There are two friends. May you not cheat on the other friend. It comes down to metta. It is a part of the metta. Nikubbeta means you are wishing that one person is not bringing destruction, ruin, I would say in our normal wording, cheating to another person. Do we have this kind of mentality when we live in our normal life? Do we expect that may people keep their trust in their relationships, friendships, and everything? That's very important. Maybe somebody might think that may the devotees not cheat on other devotees, right? If you look at Bhantes and devotees, maybe friends and other friends, maybe employers and employees, maybe a spouse and the other spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, right? Whatever pair, you are wishing that may not this person cheat on the other person. That's a very important wish. It's a part of metta. That means our metta should go to that kind of level. Normally, our metta is very selfish. We only try to take care of us. It doesn't go to other people. That's why your metta sometimes doesn't work. You feel like you are surrounded by all the bad people because they don't feel you very well. Sometimes, some people's metta might work. Na paro param. Paro means one other person. Param means another person. Nikubbeta means deception, cheating, swindling, whatever, ruining the other person's life. Let me ask you, is cheating a big problem in today's world? Cheating? Why is it? Do you think that more cheating has been happening compared to the past?
Yes.
If you look at 70s, 80s, 90s, people were not very much connected, right?
Yes.
Nowadays, people use phones and people talk
Scam.
something. And then people have easy ways to cheat on other people, right? So it needs
Yes.
lots of huge amount of trust, huge amount of discipline to discipline not to cheat on somebody else. lots of courage, lots of understanding. Otherwise, people can be spoiled very fast, especially the younger generation, even though elder generation too. So the Buddha said, you are bringing your metta even to think about that may not two people cheat on each other. That's the first line here. Second, first one is about cheating. Second one, nati manne. Right? May no one nati manne, despise, look down, insult on anybody, anywhere. Nati manyata katta means anywhere. Chidan kanchi. That means insulting, looking down upon, putting down. Right? May no one insult on another person anywhere, anytime. But how do we look at insult? Do we see that people insult on other people in their daily life? It can happen, right? At least sometimes, at the very least, even a body shaming can happen. Body shaming, even what do you call making bad jokes, probably swearing, probably bullying, emotional bullying, right? Discrimination, right? This can happen anywhere, right, in the world, even in your family background. Because we are not coming from the same family, right? Even though you are connected to different people, you might have not understood them in the first place, right? But later on, you get to know, okay, this is the way, this is the attitude of this person, right? But the Buddha says, you are not thinking about you. You are wishing, may not one person look down upon on the other person. May not one person insult another person. That means you have to bring your metta to think about that. May nobody look down upon another person. So now first is the cheating. Second is insult. Now think about how long should we go in our metta. Metta is not just a prayer. It's not just a mantra that you are doing with the rosary. Yeah? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can go as many as 108. But metta is a structured practice. That is why Buddha says your metta should go to a level where you can understand that I wish that nobody is going to cheat on another person. Nobody is going to insult on the other person. What about me? I should never insult. I should never cheat on other people. Because you are expecting other people not to do. Then how about us? We should have our reference all the time. We will discuss more things later, but now just to understand the part. Third, how do people cheat on others? How do people insult on others? Through these two things. Vyarosana, patigasana. Vyarosana. This is a very famous provocation. Vyarosana. Normally, rosana means anger. Patigasanya means ill will, or maybe as hatred, a strong form of hatred. We call it aversion. You can say enmity. Vyarosana, patigasanya. So when people are going to cheat on others, they have a certain amount of anger. Right? Have you ever seen people cheating on other people just to take revenge? They want to take revenge. You did something wrong, so I'm going to do the same thing to you. Right? So at the point of that thinking, their fundamental Buddhist nature will be gone. Because it's like a revenge. So that happens because there is a lot of prosana. That means anger about what's happening. They are living together, but at the same time, they have lots of thoughts going on about revenge. So cheating, also insult. Right? The insult can come from a certain anger. Definitely, there are lots of angry levels. Patiga sanya, patiga. Patiga means, what does patiga mean? Patigha in Pali, now forget about the larger broader version of anger, dosa. Patigha means conflict, inner conflicts. It comes, how does inner conflict arise? Now, if you look at yourself, if you look at many other people, they have been going through lots of inner conflicts. That's why they are sad. That's why they want to bully other people. That's why they want to say something not nice. That's why they want to not to be nice to other people, right? Now, in short, if you want to be nice to other people, you have to be nice to you, right? Those who are not happy, they cannot give happiness to others. Right? So we have to first be happy. But here we understand cheating and insults can happen from anger and then patigha. Patigha means the larger, broader version of anger, maybe dosa. I think I need to discuss about dosa today a little bit because these Vyarosana, Patigha, these two levels are part of different degrees of dosa. Let's talk about dosa because we know lobha and then dosa. Let me ask you, can lobha, if you go to Abhidhamma, you have learned Abhidhamma. In Abhidhamma, it says, a lobha chitta, when you have a greedy thought cannot arise with the angry thought together simultaneously. Very interesting. And a dosa thought, angry thought, cannot simultaneously arise with a lobha thought. You might see that anger led me to be greedy, maybe greed led me to be angry. But one time is one, right? So that's interesting. And then it says that out of many akusalas we are making, out of lobha dosa moha, most of our akusalas come from, if you look at lobha and dosa, greed and hatred. What could be the what could be one of the what could be the most reason of akusala? Is it lobha or dosa? It is lobha. We are making lot of akusalas from lobha. Abhidhamma says there are 8 akusalas that can come from lobha. Only 2 akusala come from dosa. Right? I mean, that is Abhidhamma. Buddha has not specifically discussed about these things like in 8 or 2. But anyways, there are different degrees of dosa. Let's talk about the mild level. You might have a mild irritation. Right? You may have a mild, very mild irritation. Do you have some mild irritations in your daily life? A moment of unhappiness. Somebody talks something you don't like it. Does it happen to you? Of course.
Yes, yes.
Even Arahants had some, it's not anger actually. You know, there was some Arahant called Pilindiwach. He has no anger, but he had a habit of asking people by using a certain name called outcast, Vasal. Hello, outcast. What is in your cart? Then the people get mad. How do you call me as an outcast? I'm a good person. But this Arahant is talking to them not out of anger. He has been a Brahmin, the higher caste persons for many, many past lives. Right? So the point here is that we as normal people, if you are unenlightened, definitely, we are experiencing mild irritations. Actually, should we do something for our mild irritations in our daily life? Or we just take it as a normal thing? Or do you think that there is a problem with our Dhamma practice? That is why we are having some mild irritations, minor mild irritations. If you look at those tiny mild irritations, you might probably, if you want to think about them, those situations, those are moments that you have not been able to understand the Dhamma in a nutshell. That is why you were irritated, right? Then you can count on the failure side, spiritual failures. Let's say today, if you were irritated 2-3 times because of somebody you really know, either you have not been able to understand that particular situation, particular event that caused you to be irritated. Yes, as normal people, we may be irritated, but if you try to bring some Dhamma things onto those events, you will understand. But because we are so much greedy, it is not easy for you to think about those irritations in that clear mindset on time if you haven't practiced certain cultivations in your mind, right? So that means we have to cultivate the mind, not only on the cushion. Some people's cultivation is only on the cushion. Once they get up off the cushion, they think they have no meditation, they have no cultivation. But the real problems are happening out of the cushion, off the cushion, right? You are talking to people, you are living in your household. That means you can bring that probably a certain day-to-day practice onto a on-cushion meditation. But the real practice should be happening in your normal activities. So let's say now we start from a mild irritation. Now, how do we understand the mild irritation? We call it Kodha, K-O-D-H-A. Write that here. In Pali, we call it Kodha. Kodha means basic anger. Right? Kodha means basic anger, K-O-D-H-A. Now, Kodha is very interesting. Now, this is not Patiga, okay? Patiga is the highest level. Vyapada is also very high. There's another word called Aghata, resentment. There's another word called Upanaha, revenge. They are little higher levels. But Kodha is the starting level of your anger. You could say as a mild irritation too. But Kodha is such interesting because it is said that not having Kodha is one of the shortcuts in becoming a Deva. Now, if you really want to be a Deva one day, of course, then there is a Dhammapada stanza. This Dhammapada stanza says that there are 3 things that everybody needs to do in order to become a Deva. Right? If you want to become. Our plans to attain Sotapanna, right? To cut down the samsara. But anyways, one of the things in becoming a Deva is Satchang Bane. Speak the truth. Always be truthful. But our truthfulness works in 2 ways. We have technical not lying. Technically, we are not supposed to lie. Our words, our conversations must be very clear and then free from lies. Sometimes you may have to say something, but your intention is good. I'm not talking about the April 1st or white line. And what I'm saying is that sometimes when you talk to people, you have to understand, even it is the truth, you should know how to pass it to people. Maybe it's not the proper time. Because if you are going to say something, even it is truthful, sometimes maybe you might feel that there will be a fight, there will be an argument, there will be a commotion. Probably you might delay that truth, but later on you have to tell the truth. And then you should tell them why I said so. So there are 2 ways to look at the truthfulness, practicing the truthfulness. One is technical side. That means technically you are not supposed to say anything that did not happen. And on the other side, you are going to speak the truth in a way you might technically say something which didn't happen, but your intention is to stop any harm, make sure the safety of the both. But one day you are going to speak that truth, tell the truth to both parties. You are telling that why I delayed the truth. So you have to look into it. So in order to become a Deva, speaking the truth is the number one. It's very important. Now, if you go back to the first line here, Naparo Paranikub, why do people cheat? How do they cheat? They are lying to each other, right? Now, behind cheating, there is a huge amount of lying happening. They lie to each other. That is how we say this is cheating, right? They are not speaking the truth. Then second thing to practice in order to become a deva is Satchangbani, na kujjaya, not become angry. You will never become a deva if you are an angry person. Right? There are people who have anger issues more than the average level, right? So if you are someone who cannot understand your anger, actually, we all can become angry. But the most important thing is we should be able to understand now we are angry. But people, they don't know whether they are angry or not. You have to recognize and accept that you are angry. Then you can do the rest of the, what do you call, those antidotes. That means reflection, metta, and all that, right? So, second important thing to become a deva is not become angry, not become irritated. We have to practice a lot of patience, right? Patience is very important. On the other side of anger is that if we can tolerate, if we can be patient, we can minimize lots of those angry moments. Then we can bring nibbana moments. Nibbana moments. Nibbana moments mean you see the peace of every moment. You see how to become peaceful. Everybody wants to be peaceful, but they don't do how to become peaceful. They are not practicing how to become peaceful. How can I become peaceful? Not to argue with somebody. Try to understand more and more about situation, people, their attitudes, perspectives. Then you can be peaceful. Otherwise, staying in a room and expecting may everybody be happy and peaceful, it won't happen. We have to do something in our own mindset, in our relationships to them, in our connection to them. That is why even here Buddha asks us to think about other people's happiness in terms of not cheating, happiness in terms of not insulting. So the third thing, second thing is not become angry. Third thing is dajja pasmin piyajito. Give what you can, not what you can. So speaking the truth, and then not become angry, not become irritated. And then third thing is give what you can. Through these three things, one will go to the heaven. That's what it says. So I think even though there are three things, these three things are very difficult for many people. That's the problem. Even there are three things. I mean, speaking the truth is very hard for many people in their way of life. But we should be aiming to do that. That's our Dhamma journey. Second thing is not become irritated. So it's a very hard practice to many people. Right? Now, if you can remember the disciplinary part of Buddhism, Buddha says, Kanti paramang tapo titikka. At that time in India, these what you call sages, tapases, they went to forest, they went to Himalayas. They want to practice jhanas. But the Buddha said, the Buddhist way of practicing penance, I would say, disciplining, is to make lots of patience within oneself. Titikka, kanti paramang tapo titikka. That means our penance is not just go to a forest, but to bring lots of patience in our life when we are doing things with us, when we are doing things to other people. That means, is it a forest practice or is it a practice that we can do anytime, anywhere? Yes. You have to be patient everywhere, not just when you go to see the doctor, right? When you go to see the doctor, you have to be a patient, isn't it? You are called as a patient. Right? You cannot hasten the doctor. Hey, I want to get diagnosed. You have to wait. I have to check couple of, right. So we have to bring lots of patience to our life. That is how we're going to practice this anger. Can we postpone our anger? Can you postpone your anger?
I don't think so.
Put it off? Huh? Somebody said, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Don't think so.
Can we postpone? Call off?
I don't
Yes,
think
we
so.
can. We can.
Huh?
Let's say
Oh.
today, somebody blamed you. You are not going to say anything about it. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to respond. Then by tomorrow, you are calm and peaceful. Yes. Somebody sent a bad message to you, maybe bad email to you, but you think, okay, not today, I'm not going to respond to this email. Today, I'm not going to think about anything, but by tomorrow, you will be peaceful. Even that person will also apologize to you. Yes, we can. There are many ways to do things. But if you don't think a lot, if you don't think clearly, yes, you will respond the same. You will react in the same. So there are lots of things we can do for our akusalas. Don't think that there's only one thing, that you have to be ready on time. That means, let's say somebody said something to you, then you should be having lots of metta to respond to that person. You can call, you can postpone, you don't have to. Just be quiet. You will see lots of good things are happening. Even the person also will be good to you after that. See, I'm blaming this person. He or she's not even telling any single word how bad I am. I have to change myself. Right? There are ways. But you may have some more difficult people, right? I'm talking an ideal set of people thinking that we have to be kind and nice to other people. Anyways, second is that. Third is give what you can. So koda is what I want to discuss. That means the minor version of our dosa is koda. Then we have upana. Pali word called upana. 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 Upanaha means revenge, taking revenge. Upana is a Pali word. Actually, this is one of the Upakilases. Upanaha means revenge. You know that there are different people handling their anger differently. The Buddha said there is one person, when that person gets angry, that anger stays longer in that person's mindset. Sometimes it will work as a passive anger. He or she does not talk to you in a bad way, but he or she shows you his or her anger in different ways. When they are working with you, you don't know what's wrong with you. Huh? No, I'm okay. But he's angry. Something wrong with him, but he's not telling that directly. So you have to see the passive anger, not the active anger. But here, the Buddha says the first person is, there is someone who gets angry, but unfortunately, anger stays longer in his or her perspective mindset. Longer. Like, it is just as somebody writes or carves something on a rock. It'll be there for many years, maybe many centuries. Those are the people who die with anger, want to attack the other person in the next life. Many stories like that in the Dhammapada stories. And the second person who is getting angry, whose anger does not stay longer, but stays for some time. Maybe for a day. Have you seen such people? They're angry, but for a day. By night time, he or she is okay. Right? Maybe in a day or two, he or she is getting okay because they don't want to continue that anger. This is the second person. The Buddha is giving us an example, a simile. That person is just as someone who is writing something on sand, maybe on soil, maybe draw a line on sand, on soil. It will stay there maybe for a day, maybe for a couple hours, and it will be vanished, disappear. And the third person who is getting angry, his or her anger will instantaneously, will go away instantaneously, very fast. It is just as somebody is trying to what you call draw a line in water. Once you take your hands off, you don't see the line anymore in the water. There are people who gets angry, but at the same time, he or she is very cool down. The Buddha says, try to be that person at the very least. But the problem is what you are going to do when you are angry. That's the problem, because some people, they don't understand what they are doing, right? So we have to be very careful, especially with our words. Sometimes you might have said even a small word that might be in the mind of the other person for many decades. You have to be very careful what we are going to do when we are angry. I sometimes say, when you are angry, try to write about your angry feelings on a piece of paper, maybe on a notebook. Then you will know how evil can you be, yeah? Can you go? Then you have to understand, I have to reduce my anger. Right? Anyways, now the two wishes that you are making here should be understood by separately looking at two different forms of anger. Here, what you call by vyarosana, you could say provocation or maybe anger, and then patika. Now we talked about two levels. The first one is koda, anger, then upanaha means revenge. Then aghat, this Pali word, call it aghat. Aghat. Yeah. Aghata means resentment, right? The Buddha discusses aghata in many ways. There are people who are having resentment for different reasons. The Buddha talks about, I think, three main reasons of resentment. One thing is that people who are really in my family, they had not helped me when I really wanted their help. So I'm very resentful to my parents, family members. This is one reason. Could be one reason. Second reason is my people did help me, but they could have done more. This is one of the second reasons. Second reason of why people have resentment. The third thing is my people, my family or friends, had helped someone who I don't like. Very interesting, right? The first thing is that my people did not help me. Second reason could be my people helped me, but not enough. I know that they could have done a better job. Third thing is that my people have been helping people I don't like. Right? I think it's a very normal thing in today's world. Huh? People are checking that whether my friends are supporting my enemies. That is called resentment, aghat. So Buddha said this is a kind of a moderate version of our anger, our hatred. Then what are the other ways? Aghata. Then we have what you call vyapada. Vyapada means ill will. Ill will. Actually, the Buddha talks about ill will in the last line here. Ill will means thoughts of destroying others. Why do we come up with thoughts of destroying others? Why is it? It is because we don't know Dhamma properly. Every time if you come up with the thought of destroying someone, that means your Dhamma practice has a problem somewhere. Go to a teacher and ask, sort out your problem. You may know a lot of Dhamma things, but let's say you come up with the thought of destroying. I don't like, I'm going to do something. I cannot tolerate. That means there is a problem in your Dhamma practice. Regardless of how many Dhamma talks you know, how many retreats you've been going, how many people you've been knowing about Dhamma, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have a problem in your practice. That's why those vyapada thoughts coming up. So vyapada means thoughts of destroying others. Some people, maybe few people have been very blessed enough to impede, maybe overcome those thoughts at the moment, at the time of those ill will thought. Many others, they cannot overcome them. Then it will take them to panatipata, right? Panatipata means killing. Then they go to kill. Actually, they're going to kill. That means vyapada is more dangerous than panatipata, because only when you have vyapada, you go and kill other people. Is there only one way to kill other people? It is not only physical killing. Are there many forms of killing other people? Yes. Bad mouthing about other people. You are very friendly with everybody, but you are bad mouthing about somebody you are very friendly with. You are going to kill that person's reputation, good name. You are so angry about that person's life, happiness. Second thing is spreading wrong information about that person on social media, maybe in your circles, friend circles, wrong information. They were not true, right? And then what are the other ways of destroying others? Any other thoughts? There are many ways from which or by which how people destroy others. So that is called vyapada. So vyapada is a stronger form of dosa. There's a question over here, how to spell? Yeah, actually this word is spelled in both ways, vyapada and vyapada. Yeah, so vyapada is okay. You can say, you can what you call remove B and you can say V, vyapada. It's the same. Vyapada or vyapada, but vyapada is the very famous one. Then after vyapada, there's a very what you call I would say the strongest form of dosa that we understand with the word called patigha. Patigha means the strongest form of dosa. Why is it the strongest form of dosa? Can you remember the 10 things that stop us in becoming an enlightened person? We call them sangyojana, fetters. There are 10 fetters that have chained us in the samsara, in the sansaric life. So they have chained us, tight rope us. We cannot even think about. We are tight rope by them. What are they? They are called as fetters. We call them sangyojanas. It's like somebody, takes a rope and trying to tight rope you. You cannot do anything, right? So, in that list of fetters, you can find out the word patigha. The first one is sakkaya ditthi. Second is what you call vichikicha. Third is hilapada paramasa. Then kamaraga, patigha. Ruparaga, aruparaga, mana, uddacca, avijja. These are the 10 fetters. You can see, you can actually check them online. So patigha is the strongest form of our dosa. Now the Buddha uses that word here. That's the interesting thing. When people are trying to cheat on others, when they are trying to insult others, they having patigha sanya. They have patigha sanya. Patigha sanya means all our akusalas come with sanya. What does sanya mean? Do we have sanya in our life? We do.
Yes.
How do we know that we have sanya? Perceptions. We all have 5 aggregates. Panchakkhanda. Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vinyana. But most often, our sanyas are wrong sanyas, akusala sanyas. They are not kusala sanyas. Now, if we have alobha dana sanya, Metta sanya is good. But unfortunately, we have akusala sanyas. Why do we have akusala sanyas? Because our perception about the reality is distorted, isn't it? Let's say, now take the same example. Someone is making you angry, so you don't see the reality of that anger. Then your perception is getting distorted with what is happening, and you are going to respond in the same way. That means our sanya is always impeded with the akusalas. So we have to transform our sanya, akusala sanya, into kusala sanya. Now here patika comes as a sanya. Why is it? What does sanya mean? Sanya means perception. That means mental noting. Very simple translation is mental noting. How do we note mentally? Let's say something happens to us, we make a note. It's like a carpenter. The Buddha uses the word carpenter. How does carpenter work in his job? Okay, now he is going to do some job with a certain area of the wood. So he is going to make a note on a certain area, maybe a square line of the wood with a peg. Right? He makes a note. Now, after a couple of hours, he is going to cut that area because he put a note on that. In the same way, we as human beings or other beings, we are making notes in two ways. One is we are making notes now, we are making sanyas now, and we have already made a lot of sanyas. We are going to see the future with those sanyas we made before. One example, you had a bad experience a few months ago. You were such a very kind-hearted person, but unfortunately, you have been compassionate to a wrong person. This wrong person misused your compassion, right? Now, in your deep down mind or in deep down heart, what has been happening is that from today onwards, I'm not going to be compassionate to anybody because I was misused by somebody whom I really tried being nice to, right? Why is it? Because that bad experience arises as a sanya. But actually, there are a lot of good people that you can be compassionate to. You don't have to take that one bad person's example, isn't it? Right? Just because one person, that was your problem. You have not understood the people and you started helping everybody in the same way. Right? When you want to be helpful, when you want to be kind, yes, we have to be practicing metta. But if you want to do more, you have to understand the person first. Otherwise, you will end up with lots of frustrations. That frustration is rooted in a sanya, past sanya. Now you are bringing that sanya to this moment. Now you are going to say somebody else, okay, I am not going to help this person too because this person is same like that person. I think this person will also misuse me one day. Right? Now that previous sanya, past sanya is going to take over this sanya. That's why the Buddha said, when you are making sanya, try to make it in the kusala way. Don't be bothered by the past. If you won't be bothered by the past, make it as a kusala experience. So here, patika also arises as a sanya. Right? And then, now you know, vyarosana, patika sanya. What are the other words of dosa? We have another very common word called dosa, aversion. Maybe you could say conflict, inner conflict. But here, when people are trying to cheat, when people are trying to, trying to insult other people, they have lots of order, and then at the same time, patika. Now, finally, what is the Buddha's attitude for us that we must practice? Nanya manyasa dukkamichi. Very, very importantly. How do we separate out this word? Anyang, anyas. Okay. Anyang, na anyang, anyas. That means let them not wish pain on each other. If we make it very simple, we are going to make a wish this way. The wish is that may nobody wish unhappiness on another. May everybody wish happiness on others. If we want to make it more engaging to other people, may nobody expect unhappiness on any other person. That's a very big wish. It's quite a big claim actually in our thoughts. Because when something goes wrong, you expecting pain on other people, right? See, you should experience this pain. You are such a bad person, right? People automatically come to that level. But the Buddha says, whatever happens in our life, never ever wish unhappiness. Never ever wish pain on anybody. If you wish to do so, that means you have a big issue in your Dhamma practice. Now, what can we do for people who are really giving us a hard time? Let's talk about that. Then we will figure out what to do. That is how we will come down to this wish. May nobody wish unhappiness of anybody. How to do it? How can we understand? How can we do that in our normal life? Let's say there is someone who is giving us a very hard time, big time. What can we do? It depends, right? It depends. Depends on our family, depends on how we're going to interact with them, right? But what could be the way how we can look at it? The Buddha said in many places, let's say there is someone who is very mean to you, but you cannot do a lot of things to that person because you maybe he or she is in your family, right? You cannot discuss also. If you're going to discuss, I think the problem will be more aggravated. Sometimes when you're going to talk it out, more problems are coming because that person is never going to accept the issue. Right? Then what can you do? Then the Buddha said, if somebody is very mean to you, then try to find out even a small good thing that person may have done to you in the past. Even a small drop of good thing. What can be a small good thing? Maybe a small thing. Even one day this person was nice to you by giving you a good smile. Even a small good thing. Let's say this person has done nothing to you. Has done nothing to you. Then at that point, the Buddha asks, then think about any small good thing this person may have done to another person in your own observation. Right? Sometimes the worst person, the mean person that you feel may have done a good thing to another person in his or her own circle. If you can observe that, sometimes cannot be. Now you come to an understanding, this person has not been good to me, this person has not been good to any other person, then what can I do? Then the Buddha said, then you can make a wish. May wisdom arise in you one day to understand what you are doing in your life and to other people. So we can do things according to Buddha. So if you think that way, you will never go and wish somebody any pain, any unhappiness. So the wish here is such a great wish. And if you look at other religions, I'm not going to say one by one, don't have to. There are certain, what you call, justified wars, justified things. But in Buddhism, the Buddha never say to us to take revenge. If you take revenge, that means it is a failure in your spiritual path, Dhamma path. Then how we can, face that thing? That means you can do a lot of things in that painful experience, right? Whenever you have a very painful experience that you are struggling now, maybe in the past, maybe in the future, always think that there are a lot of things you can do to overcome that thing. But revenge is not the key. And then, going to do something in the normal way is not the thing. So you have to understand that moment and then to wish in a good way. All right, any questions? I think we can discuss a little bit more after some questions.
Bhante.
Yes.
Bhante, how about let's echo Bhante.
How about let go?
Can you hear me?
We can hear an echo on your side. Maybe can you lower your speaker?
How about hatred, Bhante? Hatred. Vera.
Yeah, that
Part of
is
those,
also another common word that we use for the whole experience of dosa. Another word. You can say enmity. I think Vera is connected to revenge. You could say hatred, but Vera is connected to revenge. Because when people are having hatred, they are going to take revenge. So this Pali word has to be understood through upanaha, another word called upanaha. Make sense?
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. Upanaha is the upakkilesa, where Vera is contained. Upanaha means revenge. Because when people have hatred, they are going to maintain that thing. Whenever they can have a moment of time to overcome it, no, I have to keep this anger. I have to keep this grudge. Otherwise, I'm not happy. There are people who are trying to maintain their anger time to time because they are thinking this is the best way to, respond to that bad experience. So now, till we get another question, now we understand that our metta has to go to this level, isn't it? This is the more we can discuss anger separately, grudge separately, hatred separate. But the most important thing through the Metta Sutta is that we have to bring our metta to this high level of not even expecting unhappiness on anybody for whatever the reason. Because there are people who are trying to validate and justify their own reasons. Those reasons are really lame reasons. They have not been able to understand Dhamma in those experiences. So they have made a lot of grudges. Any questions about wishing happiness on anybody, even on a bad person that you have? You might say a bad person, but you may have encountered a bad experience, or maybe anger, maybe koda, cheating or insult.
Bhante, can Bhante explain again Vyarosana? What's the meaning again?
Yeah, Vyarosana. Now here the translation goes as provocation. That means that somebody wants to provocate somebody. But Vyarosana simply means anger. It is simply the anger. Because when people are going to cheat or insult others, there is inherently anger in that approach to do so.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. Do people cheat on others without anger? Sometimes when you are not really understanding about what's happening, you might be spoiled by others. You might cheat on others, right? Isn't it? That means we need a certain level of understanding about what's happening in your life. Yes, Jessica, you have a question?
Not really. You have already answered.
Okay, good.
Hey,
Yes, Kim.
Bhante, I want to ask you, like, sometimes when people makes you angry and then you're not happy, but your other Dharma sisters will say, give them metta, give them metta. So what does that actually mean?
that has to be understood in a different context. Let's say now there is someone who is giving you a very hard time. When you share this story with one of your Dhamma friends, this Dhamma friend even doesn't listen to you, say, you practice Metta. That's the answer. You cannot practice Metta like that. That is why I am telling everybody, you have to learn this Metta Sutta's approach first. Then you can find solutions to these troublemakers. As you understand, you are not supposed to take revenge, but at least you can understand what to do when other people are mean to you. Maybe you can minimize that experience. Maybe you can respond a little differently to this person. Maybe because of that, you can minimize the problem, right? It is not only your way of picking it up. What I'm saying is that, let's say somebody is very bad to you, mean to you. Maybe the way we respond to that person could also be a problem. Because we are not dealing with same good people like other people. So our approach, the way how we respond, the way how we take it also matters. Because we all are, experiencing this. Even the Buddha experience. How many people came to the Buddha and blamed him in front of him? You are an outcast. You are doing this and that. You are telling this and that. But he calmly, quietly approached those people, answer to those people. So you cannot practice Metta right away unless you understand different aspects of Metta. What they might allude, maybe think is that you have to do a practice like, may I be well and happy. You can't do that. When people are blaming you, you can't do that. You can't go away from the experience. Rather, you understand why these people are telling these things to me. Why he is very angry on me. Maybe I have a problem also in my life. Maybe I'm also very selfish. Maybe I have a problem in my life. So let's say you don't have a problem. You properly understand that you are a good person. Then you are looking at, maybe this person has a problem. Now, how do I respond to this person? Then you are looking at different solutions for that. All this is Metta. All these activities are part of Metta. So you are going to deal with different people. Now, I would give a good example. Let's talk about an abused dog. The abused dog is going to bite everybody. Because this dog's experience is, he thinks that anybody who comes closer to the dog is going to attack him. Somebody attacked him many years ago. But then someone who is going to understand how to deal with this dog, slowly, gradually going to this dog, and slowly creating that comfort zone with the dog. And then he will understand, not everybody is going to be abusing me. There are good people too. A lot of people who are trying to be bad on us, mean to us, they have these issues. So we have to carefully, thoughtfully, wisely handle the situation. Not that when somebody blames you, it's okay, you blame me, I practice Metta to you. Oh, the blames will go high and up. You're not trying to provocate them, right? You just be calm and quiet, and then see what could be a good way to respond to this person. Yes, Jessica?
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, Bhante, just want to double confirm the translation of the first two lines, Naparo Parang Nikubeta and Nati Maneta Katachi Nam Kanti. Over here it says that let no one bring about another's ruin. You were saying is cheating. So that ruins is actually brought from cheating another, is it?
Actually, the end result of cheating is the destruction of that relationship, right? So some translations go by understanding the bigger purpose of cheating. Now, when cheating, now a lot of people, they don't know what will happen to me when I cheat. When you cheat, whatever the relationship connection will be, ruin actually in the end. That's why it is used as ruin actually. Yeah, but what is happening is that cheating. that you are really swindling, deceiving other people. Yeah. That means you are wishing that you are wishing
What
for two
about the
people.
second one? The second one, it says that look down and you insult.
You could say look down, not insult, not put down, whatever words that are related to this larger, broader purpose of insulting. Because not everybody insult in the same way, right? Some people put you down. Some people look you down. Some people directly insult you. Some people discriminate. Some people bully you. So I think this can come from a variety of channels. But finally, what happens is that you are insulted. It could be body shaming. It could be discrimination. So whatever the insult, that can come from many ways of insults. Different people insult differently, right? Then whatever the ways of insulting is not what we expect. So may not anybody insult on anybody else anywhere, anytime.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Right. Yes, Steve.
If should I say, if we forgive somebody that take advantage of you, ill-spoken, a bit toxic person, and we forgive and we send metta to him, may wisdom arise in you in future. We can keep on sending metta, but during this time, should we distance from this type of person, especially if like is a relative? Should we distance from them?
Yes.
Or if distancing
we may
from
have
them not compassionate, that means I'm not compassionate to them, or yeah.
Okay, a very good question. Now, just because we are supposed to be good, nice people and then to deal with our emotions and deal with how to best respond to other people in terms of anger, frustration, or whatever the things, it doesn't mean that we should not make any safe distancing with them. We may have to. Sometimes if you don't set some boundaries between these people, problems will be aggravating. So while you are making a safe distance with them, because if you don't do that, you might be assaulted, you might be abused, right? You are doing a safe distance, but in your mind, in your heart, you are bringing this thought, yes, I have to do this, otherwise it's going to aggravating, the problem will be aggravating. But in my deep down heart, I'm not creating what you call unhappiness. I'm not wishing unhappiness on them. If I wish unhappiness on them, I'm actually destroying my moment. On one side, you are destroying your moment. Every time when you are angry about somebody, you are destroying your precious moment of your life. That person may be really good, but you are destroying your moment of life. You are unhappy. But while you are safely doing your distancing, setting boundaries, but in your deep down heart and mind, you need to what you call forgive, and you should heal yourself. Otherwise, you will be having a very hard time since morning to you will not be able to even sleep. These events will come to your mind, thoughts.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Do we have a question in the chat? Yeah, exam. Yeah. Any other questions about today's Metta Sutta's stanza?
Bhante, I have a question.
Yes.
Bhante, okay, so today we learned about not wishing unhappiness on others and not cheating. So the first two verses that we have learned, the 15 qualities that we should cultivate, can it help us, like, because we are ordinary human beings, we get angry very fast, get irritated. So
we cannot, yeah, we cannot justify by saying we will get angry fast. We may get angry, but the way how we handle it could be different from one to the other person. Yeah. So the question
And
is,
we can say that the question is, at the same time, we can also say that we are practicing, we are cultivating that 15 qualities.
okay. So,
And so not say to justify, but to say that, okay, we are this Dharma journey, we are trying to cultivate, and it will help us in our Dharma practice to cultivate metta too. If we recall and remember the 15 qualities that we have to cultivate in the first 2 verses or 3 verses.
okay, now you are telling that if we properly develop, cultivate the 15 skillful habits, which we studied in the first 3 stanzas, there is a less chance of having these issues. Yes, yeah. That's why I earlier told everybody, in order for us to practice the proper metta, we have to develop 15 skillful habits. Then we have a very easy time. We are very easy to understand our emotions, our states of mind, and we'll have less enmity, less patika, less anger. Yes, that's true. That's why we said that 15 skillful habits should be practiced. They are habits like sakko, uju, suju, suacho, anatimani, santussako, subaru, so and so forth. But anger is a normal emotion whenever things are not happening the way that you expect. That's why the Buddha said in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, yang pichang na labati tampi dukkha. You are expecting something to happen, but it doesn't happen the way you want. But sometimes it happens the way you want. Quite often, it doesn't happen the way you want. But the nice thing is that if you understand this, you will be happier than before. Now, let's say in a moment, at a stage of your life, you are thinking, yes, I have a lot of wishes in my life, lot of plans, but I do understand some plans are going to work, some plans might not work. Then you are very happy. But if you think that all my plans should work the way I want, then you will be very unhappy when they don't happen. So that means this understanding comes from certain skillful habits. What could be a good skillful habit to understanding?
Expectation.
Huh? No, we all have expectations in different ways, but understanding how these expectations work in our life will be the solution. Now, some people, no, less expectation. No, people are ambitious. Everybody is ambitious. Who is not ambitious? You are spiritually ambitious. That's why you are going to listen to many Dhamma talks. You want to learn more Dhamma. You want to read more Dhamma. You want to learn a lot of things. Why? You are very ambitious in becoming a Sotapan. You are very ambitious to learn the true Buddha Dhamma. It's not about less expectations. It is about not understanding how many expectations are going to work. If we know that, it's okay. You may go for your own wish. You may go for your own expectation. But I know that my expectations sometimes not work. But some, they interpret this, no, less expectation. Expectation means expectation. When it is less or more, they are expectations. All right, we can take one more question. If not,
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Bhante, about the first 14 qualities.
15. 15.
I mean, I'm talking about first 14. The first one will be uju and uju, right? Suju.
First one is sakko.
Sakko. And then uju. All right.
Uju.
So, is there any reference for us to, as a guide, so that to cultivate, say, example, uju or suju?
Okay. Uju means your purity with your body and speech. I think I explained to you that. Uju, now English translations actually they mess up these words. They say straight and more straight. What is it? Straight and more straight.
Yes.
Upright and more upright. How do we understand this? It is clearly said that Uju means the purity of our actions and speech. Yes, when you have that purity, you will become very straight. Actually, if you look at your day, even today, if you have made less mistakes with your actions and speech, you are very strong that day. And then suju means your purity from your thoughts. You have less akusala thoughts today, something like that. So suju means purity. Uju means purity of your body and speech. Suju means purity of your thoughts.
Yeah, now you're explaining what it means, but is there any black and white that how to cultivate it?
It's already black and white, but understand
It's
there
just
is
a verse only, right?
well, in Dhamma is not always black and white, okay? There are some gray areas. Don't take Dhamma as black, okay? This is black, this is white. There are some gray areas people never know. The Buddha said, always believe there are gray spots, like blind spots everywhere, right? Now you might think that, okay, I can drive well on the highway, but there are some blind spots when you are driving on the highway. So these big, long trucks will not see you sometimes. So you have to do certain maneuvers on the highway. In the same way, the way how I explained to you about Uju Suju itself a very clear practice. Let me tell you, maybe more. How to purify our body and speech. It is by practicing 9 kusalas, right? Isn't it? How many kusalas? No. 3 kusalas from the body, 4 kusalas from 7 kusalas actually. From the speech, how to purify my actions? No killing, no stealing, no sexual misbehaving. I purify my body. Is this a big deal for us? This is very normal, like even you do with your 5 precepts. And then how to purify my speech? Not lying, no musawada, not slandering, no pisunavacha. Then not what you call hurting other people with your speech. We call parusavacha. Then not gossiping or idle chatting. Sampapala. So when I don't do the wrong side of these 4, then I purify my speech. That is uju.
Oh.
Uju means I am going to create kusalas with my thoughts. How to make kusala thoughts? I try not to have abhijja, no covetousness. Abhijja means extreme greed. It means there are a lot of things that people are making greed to. And then I'm not trying to create vyapad, no ill will. I'm trying to create thoughts of protecting other beings. And then I'm trying to create samadhi. These are the ways of making 3 kusala thoughts. You are purifying your thoughts then. Make sense?
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Suju. All right. So now I think we have come down to the end of time. I think you learned today about this particular verse. Naparo paranikubbeta, no cheating, no insulting. I mean, you're starting from you and then you're expecting other people. The interesting thing is that you are expecting this from other people. May no one cheat on another person. May no one insult on other person. Out of anger and patika, strong inner conflict. And your main wish at the end is that may no one wish another person's unhappiness. That is the beautiful, most beautiful, highest wish, the highest level of our mind. So we will be discussing in the next verse, next Thursday. Till then, we're going to make good karmas at this point. May all the good karmas we've been making today be transferred to all the departed ones. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. May Deva Naga Mahitika share all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of you for good health, quality of life, prosperity, safety. In particular, may they bless and give wishes to your Dhamma journey. May Deva Naga Mahitika also attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavata cha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Ittavata cha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Ittavata cha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Akasattha cha bhummatta deva naga mahittika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu lokasasanang. Akasattha cha bhummatta deva naga mahittika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu desanang. Akasattha cha bhummatta deva naga mahittika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu mang paranti chirang rakkhantu tvang sadamati. Also, let's make our wish. May all of us be able to be the company of Kalyana Mittas till we attain the Nibbana. Maybe we not in the company of the Papa Mittas, bad friends. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yavanibbana pattiya. Finally, may all the good karmas which we've been doing today by understanding another verse of the Metta Sutta be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silis nichang vadha pachayino chattaru dhamma vadhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sakka sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati samijjatu. Sadhu, sadhu. Right, wishing you a good night. See you then in our next
night.
class.
Yeah,
Yes,
good night,
good night.
Bhante. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you, Bhante. Good night, Bhante. Good night.
Thank
night,
you,
everyone.
good night, Bhante. Bye bye, good night.
Sadhu Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Good
you.
night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you,
Good night,
Bhante.
everyone. Thank you, thank you. Bye bye.
Night. Okay, good night.